And welcome back to another state-only challenge here on Madden 23. We just wrapped up the Carolinas on Wednesday. With this series, if you are new, we have to win a Super Bowl by the end of Season 5 with only a team made of players who played at college in one state, sometimes a group of states like the Carolinas. They set a new record, winning it after just one season. So it's time to move on to a new team. And you guys got to vote, compiling all the votes, which wasn't all too difficult because it was unanimous. We'll be going with Texas. Obviously, with the NFL, there's two different Texas teams, the Texans and the Cowboys. I'm pretty sure the Cowboys are the larger fan base, but we're going to go with the Houston Texans, as they have at least more variety when it comes to the uniform set. And once again, if you are new, this is a fantasy, obviously, because no team is made up of players only from one state, so it will be a fantasy draft. We will be starting with the Houston Texans just to utilize their uniforms as well as their stadium. We will be using a custom coach as well. And that new coach will be Michael Strahan. He played at Texas Southern while in college, obviously went on to play with the Giants throughout his entire career. I want to say 14 or 15 years, played with them every single year, and now is in the Hall of Fame. Hopefully, he'll do just as well as another former Giant with the Carolinas only, being Lawrence Taylor, who led us to actually have a really good defense. So we'll see if Michael Strahan can do that here, but with Texas. And now one last thing before we can actually start the draft, and that is we have to use the spinny wheel to tell us what team we have to draft from first. If you're new to this series, to make it more difficult for us, we could only draft from one school first. Once we have all available players from that school drafted, then we can move to all other possible players from that state, this time obviously being Texas. So let's bring up that spinny wheel. And this wheel does only have the FBS schools. I did not include FCS because honestly, even some of the FBS teams, they don't have anyone in the NFL. So we'll hit the spin and we'll see who we get. And we're underway. What do we get with a spinning wheel? I'm looking over at my other computer, by the way, or other monitor. We will be getting North Texas. I don't imagine there's going to be too many players from North Texas, but that's who we have to draft from first. And after looking up, there are a total of 6 available players in the NFL from North Texas. Now, only 4 of them are on active rosters, so we'll see who all is actually available. If there's too many higher overall players, we won't have access to all 6 to start off the draft, so we'll draft who we can and go from there. And as per the new format, we'll go through the first 5 picks. I'll then off camera get the whole team ready and situated, and then we'll play the first game and get through the first half of the season. And after going through the whole list of 6 players, only 1 is currently available to be drafted due to overalls at all the positions. So our first pick in this draft for Texas will be Jeff Wilson Jr., 6 foot 215, 26 years old. He's an elusive back with some speed, some break tackle ability. I mean, honestly, some really good ratings here. Will he be our number 1 running back? Who knows? But he is our number 1 pick. And now with North Texas basically done because we drafted all available at the time, it now opens us up to pick any player who played at any of the Texas schools. First thing I want to look at is see what our highest rated quarterback is. And that would be Ryan Tannehill. He's a 78 overall. He's the 6th best quarterback available. Makes me feel like we might need to go with this direction pretty early on. He has some decent ratings here, obviously on the older end, but still has some speed, especially for a 34-year-old. So he might be our 2nd pick. But let me take another look. So outside of Tannehill at quarterback, we have 3 other options, at least that are in the top 7 players of each position. If you go to running back out of UTEP, we have Aaron Jones. Could be really handy to we obviously took a running back with the first pick, but could be handy to have a high overall running back. Might mean quarterback doesn't have to play as good, kind of like with the Carolinas when we had Daniel Jones. Possibility there. At right end, we do have Von Miller, Texas A&M. He is on the older side, but he is a 94 overall. So a couple different options. Aaron Jones is younger. And the last one is at kicker, top of the board with Justin Tucker. I don't think we use a second overall pick on Tucker, but I just had to throw him out there because he's definitely the best kicker in the NFL. Just don't think we go that direction here. So with the second pick in the Texas draft, we will be picking up Ryan Tannehill out of Texas A&M. Hopefully he'll bring a nice veteran presence to the squad. And we still have Aaron Jones available to us. Von Miller also still available. And Justin Tucker is still available. We don't have any player on defense yet. So while he is on the older side, I think we go with Von Miller. Try to bring in some high overall players. Third overall pick is a 33-year-old. But we know he can be good and he's a superstar X factor. So Von Miller is in with our third pick. And he's still here for the fourth pick. So we will go Aaron Jones out of UTEP. He's a superstar. He's on kind of that older spot for running backs being 27, but he's 90 overall, has plenty of ability, and Wilson that we picked up with our first overall pick, he'll be a nice backup for us. So we'll go Aaron Jones. And I'm sure there's been some people screaming for it. With our last pick on camera, our fifth pick, we will go with kicker Justin Tucker out of Texas. We have the league's best kicker on our squad. So now I'll go ahead and get through all 54 rounds here, and we'll show you in like 0.2 seconds, even though it's going to take me a while, what the roster looked like for this Texas-only squad. And now with that long process over with, let's meet the team. And we actually have a few 90 overalls, or 90-plus overalls. Von Miller, our highest-rated player, 94. Our kicker, Justin Tucker, 92. And then Aaron Jones, a 90. Going position by position, starting quarterback will be Ryan Tannehill with Colt McCoy backing up. I tried to go after Mund, but he was already gone. At running back, like I had mentioned, Aaron Jones, followed by Jeff Wilson Jr., and I moved Kevontae Turpin over to running back. He's a speedy guy, didn't really have great route running or anything more specific towards receivers, so we'll see what he could do at running back. He did go up a couple overall, and we also have Travion Williams. We did bring in a fullback because we are going to be running a West Coast power, so Andrew Beck is our guy. At receiver, nothing very highly rated. The receiving group is probably the largest concern on offense. Also kind of tight end, but not really. So we have Devin Duvernay, Marquise Goodwin, who is injured for a few weeks, Josh Reynolds, Kiki Cutie, Jalen Guyton, Jalen Darden, and Eric Ezukanma? Maybe? I might be butchering that one. Did not look that one up. At tight end, we have Ricky Seals Jr., Jeff Swaim, and Eric Tomlinson. I'll probably start Jeff Swaim over Ricky Seals just because Seals can't block. Starting left tackle will be Jake Matthews with Inseki backing up. Left guard Eric McCoy, moved him over from center, where we also have Connor Williams. He'll be getting the start there, and we have Trey Hopkins backing up. Right guard Will Hernandez, and right tackle Terrence Steele. At left end, which is going to be more of our quicker guys, Von Miller to start, Alex Okafor backing up, and William Bradley King, even further depth. At right end, which will be more of our power edge guy, Charles Amenahu, Logan Hall backing up, and Ross Blacklock, depth. DTs, Poona Ford will get the start, Andrew Billings backing up, and Taquan Graham will be depth. Now the linebacker group for this team, really poor. Definitely is going to need to be something that we work on throughout this series, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, or up till the 5th year. I'm thinking potential for a trade year one. We'll see how the team does. Matthew Adams starts at left outside linebacker, David Mayo backing up, and Garrett Wallow as depth. On the inside, Jordan Hicks will get the start. Landon Roberts will probably also get a start as he's our second highest overall rated. And then Traven Howard is depth. Right outside linebacker, Terrell Bernard. He's a rookie, so I would like him to get some play time. Maybe would be our third guy out. We'll see. Grant Stewart will back up. And then Aaron Hansford is depth. At corner, pretty decent. Tariq Woolen. I think it's Woolen. Honestly, not sure. He'll be getting the start. He had a tremendous rookie year with the Seahawks, so hopefully he can do the same things for us. William Jackson III will also be starting. with Kader Kohu, I'm going to assume is how it's pronounced, will be in the slot, maybe Isaiah Johnson. I honestly didn't even check to see what their tackle ratings are. Basically the same. So we'll see who plays best in that spot, and then Demarion Williams will be depth. At free safety, Quandre Diggs will get the start, with Trevor Denbo and Ardarius Washington backing up both of the safety spots. The starting strong safety is Donovan Wilson. Kicker, we already saw Justin Tucker, and punter is Michael Dixon. As for picks, we have a lot, so we could definitely make some trades. We have 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, 2 third rounds, a fourth, a fifth, and then 2 7s. In the following year, we also have 2 first-round picks, so we definitely have some good things we could try to build with this team. Another reason why Texans was a better choice than the Cowboys. And lastly, before we jump into the first game, let's talk about the recruiting class. Again, only could draft guys from the state of Texas, and there are 36, with actually a surprising amount from SMU. But let's go through position by position. At quarterback, Craig Richards out of UTSA. Possible guy that we could pick up. He's a round 3 to 4 projection. Running back, there's a day 3 and potential undrafted, nothing in particular. No fullbacks, 1 receiver, not draftable, so receivers may be something we'll need to trade for. At tight end, we have some day 3s. You could find some really good tight ends in day 3. Offensive linemen, a lot of potential undrafteds. At center, we do have 2 projected day 3s, 1 projected day 3 at right guard, and another potential undrafted at right tackle. Now, luckily, we have a pretty good offensive line that is fairly young. No left ends, 1 right end, potential undrafted, a couple potential undrafted, but 1 projected day 3 DT. And then as for the linebackers, position we really need to work on, no outside linebackers at the left end spot. But there is Daniel Mathis out of Texas A&M, projected round 1 to 2. I really hope he's at least semi-decent. We do already know that he has C-zone coverage, so that's not great, but we might be forced to take him just because of the kind of guys we currently have, or we make a trade. No right outside linebacker that is projected to be draftable. And at corner, we have some really good potential guys. Do we need to go after corner? Potentially. Williams III, I want to say, is 29, so towards the top end. And if any of these guys are good, we could go after him. Rice has produced 2 potential draftable guys in the first to second round in Christian Drummond and then Randy Lennon. Out of SMU, Carlos Holt, also a projected round 1 to 2. Out of Texas, Stephon Ridley, projected day 3. And then we have some potential undrafteds. No free safety, but there is a round 3 to 4 projection strong safety out of Texas in Daniel Saunders. So, potential. It looks like much more of a defensive focused draft class. So if we want to make any adjustments to the offense, it will have to be through trade. But now we're done. The buildup is through, and it's time to jump into our first game of the series against the Indianapolis Colts. They have Aaron Donald, so it'll be interesting to see how we get Aaron Jones running. We're at 80 overall across the board, which is the highest I've started with any of these state-only challenges. We won Season 1 last year with the Carolinas with, I believe, a 79 basically across the board. So we'll see what happens as Texas State Only begins. And we are underway. Week 1, starting on defense. We'll see this Michael Strahan team can do, as it looks like they have Jameis Winston's going to roll to the top. We'll get by, not for long, but does get by Von Miller for a second before being brought down, gain of 6. And we've seen as there is going to be a false start, but who moved first, on the offense or the defense? I'll take it. Back him up. But we've seen what Jameis Winston can do. He was with us in the Florida-only challenge, and there was a reason that we became very run-heavy. Although, for 2 plays basically 6 yards back-to-back, so maybe that's what they could do best. 6-yard scrambles, 6-yard throws, bringing up 3rd and 4. Here will be another pass to the bottom of the screen, caught. That's going to be Cooper Kupp for about another 6 yards. This time, though, will be a 1st down with trips up top, 1 to the bottom. Empty look here for Winston in the back. Will be another quick throw. This time, a little bit more than 6 yards. It'll actually be a gain of 9. But a lot of underneath play. As they finally come out here in a heavier look. Going to be a single back set. 2 receivers up top. They'll hand this one off down the middle. Not a whole lot of space there, but they'll get the 1st down. Herbert, the running back, gets a gain of 4 on his first carry. Looks like 2 receivers either side here. Will be a handoff down the middle, and they'll squeeze out about 5 yards. So nothing spectacular, but moving pretty steadily as Dobbins checks in. Don't know why he's not their main running back. Will be a play action pass here for Winston. Deeper across the field, there's going to be Cooper Kupp, their biggest gain so far inside the 30. And I think right now we're really seeing the lack of high-end talent in the linebacker core come through. We also could use a little bit more help on the defensive line on the interior, but there was a good stop there. Was that Poona Ford? It was. His first tackle will be a gain of 2. So go back to the run, underneath or in the middle. Bring up 3rd and short. A bunch to the top here as they arrive at the red zone. Winston, hard count, no one jumps this time. Will be a throw off target. I don't know if that was intended for the receiver or maybe the tight end. Either way, did not find any of them. They'll send out the field goal unit here from the 27, so a 37-yarder. So that one is up and through. They'll take an early lead. Well, we saw what the defense can do. Let's see what the offense can do. Try to tie this game up or take a lead. Tannehill with a throw underneath, caught. That's going to be Swaim, I believe. Our tight end. Maybe is that Beck? There's actually none of those. Tomlinson, the 3rd string tight end, gets the first catch. It's the fun part about starting a new series, trying to find out who everyone is, and that's going to be a poor throw. This looked like the timing was off there with maybe one of the other tight ends. 2nd and 10, 2 up top. We're in the pistol look here. We'll play action pass, go deeper across the field, caught down to the 40. Number 13, Duvernay. I'll count that as a gain of 17. We stick in the pistol, but bring out the heavy look here, kind of a strong, as it's going to be a read option. Tannehill swallowed up, loss of 1. We are using the same playbook that I created for the Carolinas, as it's a pretty similarly built offense. Don't know if Tannehill should be taking any read options, so might need to adjust that further. But we'll go with a run down the middle. Aaron Jones, gain of 5. Will bring up 3rd and 6. A bunch to the top, 1 lone receiver to the bottom. Be a shotgun snap, setting up the receiver or running back screen. We have blockers in front. A cut there should have stayed to the outside. 4th and 2. I'd love us to go for it, so I'll jump in. If you guys are new to the state-only series here, basically we don't really change what happens much, as Turpin gets the handoff and will barely squeak out the 1st down. But as I was saying, we don't affect what happens on the field much. Basically, just like we saw there, if there's a coaching decision that needs to be made, like going for it on 4th down, we'll come in. Occasionally we'll play a drive here and there, but primarily it is sim. Would have liked a little bit better space there for Aaron Jones. He hasn't really gotten a lot of open space, and the offense hasn't really gotten any huge plays, just the one to Duvernay for 17 as we head into the 2nd quarter down 3-0. Granted, we haven't finished our first possession yet, so let's tack on some points here as we come out in the pistol strong formation. It'll be a pass here, Tannehill sitting in the pocket, pass rush closing in, and Aaron Donald hits home. We'll bring up 3rd and long at the 35. So what do we do here? 3rd and 16, Tannehill will dump this one off to the bottom. Gonna be not caught by Aaron Jones. Luckily not counted as a fumble. We at least still have an opportunity to tack on a field goal here. Of course, having the best kicker in the NFL, you expect we make this. Be about a 52-yarder. Justin Tucker back to boot this one on through. And it looks like we do. So this game tied up, and we'll jump into some quicker sim. So let's see what this defense can do on the 2nd drive. Already 5 yards, now 11. Herbert, at least combined, another 1st down as they're moving the ball really well. Dawson Knox He'll get an actual gain of 11, throw away from Winston. Now this did look like a pretty well-built Colts team, so I don't want to react too quickly to the lack of defense that I'm seeing, but definitely worried about the linebacker group. The other groups definitely could see some improvement as they get down to about the 10. 3rd and 4, a sack there from Von Miller will force another field goal attempt, another made field goal. They retake the lead 6-3 as we continue the quick sim here. Only a gain of 2 by Jones. I expect some better running. We have a really solid offensive line. 4th and 1, kind of want us to go for it. It is risky. We're pretty deep in our own territory, and we are running right at Aaron Donald with Aaron Jones, but there's some good blocking. We power through, try to get that juke, which we do. Cut to the outside. Can we beat Ford? No, he drags us down, but the best run so far, the best play so far for our offense. Aaron Jones, huge gain. And we could jump right back on into that sim. Another 3-yard rush there by Jones as we hit the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 5, we get 5, barely getting the first down. Keep the drive alive here as we get to the red zone. Now inside the 10, Jeff Swaim with a 10-yard grab. 2nd and goal, touchdown, Jeff Swaim, wrapping it on up as we finally take a lead here. 10-6 with the made PAT. A minute, 2 seconds left before halftime. We'll continue on here with the quick sim. A penalty on Andrew Billings. That's not very good. Not going to keep you on the field that much. We have a tight race as Christian Watson with a big gain. Gets them inside the 25. Another sack by Von Miller, 2nd of the day. And Cooper Kupp down to the 1. I imagine they hit this one on in. Yep, they'll retake a lead with 20 seconds left before half, making it 13-10. All right, Tannehill, we have all 3 timeouts. Let's see if we can get the ball down to field goal range here for Tucker. See if anyone pops open. That pass thrown way too far, but luckily Duvernay comes flying in, knocks that one free. Should have been thrown a little bit more vertically rather than to the left. We maybe would have had Duvernay open. Guyton gets the release. Does he have the separation? Yes, he does with the catch. Down the sideline at the 15, 10, 5, and not caught into the end zone. Guyton with our first watched touchdown will give us the lead here before half. Not too bad at all. We take a 17-13 lead on through halftime, and it looks like we get ball as well. So let's see if the team can add on. A throwaway here by Tannehill, 8 yards following to the fullback, 3rd and 2, and we lose 2, as I'm assuming we try to go with another read option. So might need to make some adjustments in between games here just to get that read option out as much as possible. 15 more yards to Knox, 6 yards there for Winston as I get into plus territory. 3rd and 1, and we get a tackle for loss. I think that's the first time the defense has gotten a stop. Take back over on offense at the 20. About halfway, closing in on halfway through the 3rd quarter, and nothing doing on that drive. We'll punt back. A 2-yard loss there, so maybe the defense just needed some time to wake up here. 3rd and 9. They get 9, squeezing out the first down. 2 yards to follow that up. Then Dawson Knox back again with 4. 3rd and 4. Winston doesn't get it. Do they go for it? No, they punt. Let's jump in here with the offense. Starting back at the 20, we'll come out with the strong pistol formation. Will be a play action here. Tannehill not going to have much time there. Not a great pickup by Aaron Jones. And it'll be a sack by Kwity Paye. It'll back us up pretty far too. 2nd and 21 with, I believe, 2 to the bottom, maybe 3. And now we go with a run? Why would you run the ball on 2nd and 21? Well, 3rd and 21 as we have trips up top, 1 to the bottom. Aaron Donald with his X Factor unlocked. He will get back there, but we'll throw this one, and what a grab! Number 15 headed down the sideline. Okay, that works. Kiki Cutie. Maybe let's not rely on having these big splashy plays, but I mean, I'll take them when we get them. 1st and 10 in plus territory. Tannehill throwing deep down the field, gonna find Swain or maybe Seals Jones. Not sure on the numbers yet. It is Swain down inside the 10. Okay, maybe we should rely on some big pass plays. To the top, one just off the line to the bottom here. Will be another pass from Tannehill across the middle and another touchdown, this time to Duvernay. Will widen our lead, making it 24-13. And we'll move along here to see what we can do. 3-yard rush there by Herbert. Need to hold on to this 11-point lead, and a penalty isn't the best way of doing that. Moves them into plus territory. 11 yards to Christian Watson. 28 more yards to Watson down inside the 10. And touchdown Marvin Jones Jr. Did not hold on to such a wide advantage very long. Winston tacks on 2, makes it 24-21. Okay, so this defense definitely needs some work. Throwaway by Tannehill, 3rd and 8. Another throwaway, so not the best way of holding on to a lead. Can the defense step up this time? Dobbins with 2, sacked by Andrew Billings, trying to make up for his penalty earlier. 3rd and 15, and we give up exactly 15. We'll keep on here with the quicker sim. See if they get into plus territory with Cooper Kupp. Okay, now we'll jump in. Now would be a good time for someone to force a turnover, for sure. We've got 2 tight ends to the top, 2 receivers to the bottom. Winston dropping back. We'll go underneath Cooper Kupp with the grab, gain of about 4. And Winston pretty accurate today. 23 of 26 for 267 yards and a touchdown. We'll go with a stretch to the top. Gonna get the first down, barely, 7 yards. And Herbert has been running pretty well too. 53 yards and a touchdown on the day. Winston under center here. We'll go back to the run, down the middle, and there's just wide open lanes. Definitely need to find a way to shore up some of this interior of the defense. Linebacker group. Maybe DT could be addressed as well. 1st and 10, bunch to the top at the 12. Winston, hard count, no one jumps. We'll go pass across the middle, going to be caught by Christian Watson, and about a 10-yard gain. They mark him inches shy. 3 minutes left on the clock, a heavy look here. We'll go with a run down the middle, and there's Dobbins barely squeaking out the first down. We had a guy back there, just couldn't get the stop in time. Now it's looking like Biggs versus Biggs as we come out with, I would assume, a goal line type defense. And there's a stop in the backfield, number 43, pushing him back and then dragging him down. That's the rookie in Bernard. He is getting the start over at least one other guy who is a higher overall but is much older. So we'll see how well the development works for Bernard as we hit the 2-minute warning. And they'll come out with a bunch to the bottom. Cooper Kupp alone up top. They'll go with a handoff down the middle and some tremendous blocking will grab them the lead. All right, Tannehill and this Texas-only squad. It's time. Now or never. You're down 4 points, 1 minute 58 seconds and counting. We go with a pass across the middle. Duvernay with a 6-yard grab. Now waste 15 of the seconds we had. Tannehill in the pocket, pass rush collapsing, and Aaron Donald hits home. We'll call one of our timeouts for 3rd and long. They'll follow up with a double A gap look here. We have 2 running backs out there. Don't know how that's going to help us. We go across to Duvernay, intercepted, and that just might be game. Defense would have to get a pretty quick stop here for it to have any chance. A first down will do it, and they get the stop, 4th and inches. They kick the field goal, and they missed, but we have no timeouts remaining. This is the kind of situation I would come in at. And I forgot to jump in, simmed one play, and it was a sack by Aaron Donald. So that's how that's going. 1-on-1, Reynolds can't get the grab, 5 seconds left. Well, Guyton was able to do it for us before half. Can he or any of these other guys do it at the end of the game? He has the release. That pass overthrown, and he was wide open. Had about a 4-step advantage over the closest defender. Opportunities missed. Well, first game didn't quite go how we wanted. It was still a close game against a team that I know has some good guys. So that is one thing to acknowledge. Some parts of the team that I thought would have performed better didn't. And some parts of the team that I thought wouldn't perform well they didn't perform well. So kind of lets us know what this team is. And this team is struggling. 0-4 after a goose egg against the Broncos, 21-0, dropping another game to the Bears, 28-23, and against the Chargers, 35-24. We'll take a quick look at the stats of these games and then get on to a divisional matchup. And for the most part, this game was pretty close until the fourth quarter. We still didn't manage to get any points on the board. In this game, Ryan Tannehill, 73 passing yards, 3 interceptions, sacked 4 times, completed only 37% of his passes, and we didn't get Aaron Jones going all too much. Had a decent game though, 4.3 yards a carry. And it's not like the defense didn't play awfully. I mean, 2 interceptions against Jared Goff. I mean, maybe nothing too much to talk about because it is Jared Goff. He's not the best quarterback, but I mean, solid. And Jordan Hicks as well as Kader Kohu got the interceptions. Did we have any sacks in that game? No, we did have one by a backup DT and Taquan Graham. In the Bears game, it looked like, it was pretty consistent throughout. We just weren't able to get majority of the points. In terms of the stats of this game, Ryan Tannehill, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, was also sacked once, and Trey Lance went 2 for 2. In terms of completion percentage, 55 and 56, so the passing game, not great. We also gave up over 100 yards to Kenneth Walker, and their backup Henderson had a touchdown, as well as Kylan Hill. And only 2.8 yards rushing for Aaron Jones in this game. Expected more. And again, 2 interceptions, back-to-back games for Kohu, and then Tariq Woolen got one. So about on par, I would say, with what he's done in his rookie season. And in the last game versus the Chargers, just consistently putting up a touchdown or more every quarter. Stat-wise, Joe Burrow, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Meanwhile, Tannehill had 1 and threw 2 interceptions. Sacked once and completed 62% of his passes, so the best we've seen so far from him. But we also gave up 80% completion to Burrow. Rushing-wise, a better day here for Aaron Jones. Tannehill should not be running the ball 12 times, but Jones averaged about 6 yards a carry, had 1 touchdown. Jeff Wilson, back in this game after an earlier injury from the preseason, he got a touchdown. And offensively, 2 sacks, 1 for Landon Roberts and Poona Ford, but obviously no interceptions because we just gave up 3 touchdowns to Burrow. Now that leaves us at the bottom of the division. But a win here against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and we'll move up to 3rd. We're pretty close to at least half of our division. The Colts 2-2, obviously we lost to them earlier, and the Jags 1-3. So division not out of reach, but definitely going to need to see some improvement. So we'll watch a bit of this Jaguars game, and it'll probably be the last game. We'll sim week 7 and week 8. We'll leave open so you guys can let me know in the comment section players that we should try to trade for. Linebacker, I think, will be key. Maybe DT, interior defense, and maybe some splashy guy on offense, because right now Jones is not getting it done. And once again, we'll be starting on defense. Week 5 against a rival here, the Jaguars. A win would move us up at least 1 spot in our division. But so far, that was not very good run defense, as Swift gets 14, and he honestly could have got more. But we'll see how we follow that up and how they follow that up. Trips up top as they're in shotgun. Will be a pass to the top. Open receiver. Will get close to the first down, about a gain of 8. Andy Dalton, the quarterback here for the Jaguars, as they come out empty set. 2 up top, trips to the bottom. Gonna make a hot route. Go with a short throw. Goes to their tight end for a solid gain. Cross midfield to about the 41. And Hunter Henry, not too bad of a target to have. Trips up top. Hunter just off the bottom of the line as they go with a run. Swift down the middle will be about a gain of 3. I believe that was Woolen that came down to get the stop. Again, don't know if it's Woolen or Woolen. Not sure. Be a play action pass here. Dalton rolling to the top. No one open just yet. We'll dump this one off to 82. I believe that's a 2nd string tight end. Adam Troutman will bring up 3rd and 5. Be a throw to the bottom of the screen, caught, first down. Number 18 left completely wide open. I believe the closest defender we had was about 7 yards downfield. Another shotgun look here for Dalton. Take the snap, sitting in the pocket, pass rush, tried to get there, but did not arrive in time. And I believe that is McLaurin with a first down catch inside the 20. Actually be inside the 15 as well, marked at the 13. This defense just really not doing much. Looks like some Swiss cheese. Wow. They go with a run down the middle, gain of 2. You know, I really imagine this team would play better, like I said towards the beginning. Highest overall across the board for any of the teams, especially to start off with, as we'll barely catch the ankles there of Swift. Omenahu with the tackle will bring up 3rd and 11 at the 14. Tight shotgun look here for Dalton. We'll take the snap, quick throw across the middle, and touchdown catch. Number 18. Honestly, didn't even look like we tried to swat that one away. But we'll take a late lead, or a late lead. It's an early deficit. Wow. Maybe I was just trying to speak some positive karma out there so we could take a late lead and win the game. But we got to worry about early on here is another read option up top. It's just not working. Definitely a change of playbook is needed. And at this rate, I'm considering if it might need to be the same playbook that we used for the Florida only that I mentioned earlier when we had Winston. Change it to very much a run-heavy look and a couple passes here and there as we go for Reynolds. Be a gain of 8. We'll bring up a 3rd and 2 as we go out with a heavy tight end look. 2 to the bottom, 1 just off the line to the top. It will be a pass. Gonna go to Duvernay with the first down grab up to the 49. And Marquise Goodwin is back. He was injured for a few weeks. We'll see him make an appearance, I would sure hope, at some point in this game. Will be a stretch to the top, and Jones will somehow manage to get a yard out of that. Definitely was settling for a loss of 3, but not gonna hate. That was actually really good to turn it be a 4-yard differential there as we go across the middle. Nice throw there from Tannehill. We'll find Duvernay once again to the 30. Just the timing and the loft on that is really good, and that's what you will find with some veteran quarterbacks. We'll see if he can be consistent throughout the remainder of this season as we go back to the read option as he will fumble. Definitely look down to me. We'll see if a booth review comes in, but it should be overturned because I'm pretty sure Tannehill was down 18 times. And there is the booth review. I expect this will be a quick one. Tannehill definitely down, knee down, elbow down before that ball popped out, so we'll expedite this. So ball goes back over to us, 2nd and 11 at the 30, under 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Come out with a pistol look, we'll hand this one off. We have a lead blocker. Try to hit that a little quicker. I don't know, Jones seems like he's running a little slow there. 3rd and 2, need to convert here as we come out with a strong pistol look. 2 receivers up top. We won't get a chance to run the play though. We'll head into the second quarter where we're still down 7-0, but we haven't finished our first possession on offense yet. So we'll flip the field, head out in shotgun. 2 running back set. Looks like 2 receivers, 1 to either side. We have a nice cut block there from Beck, and Jones will barely squeak out that first. We like that play so much, we're going to stick with the same formation. I think we flipped it though, but pretty much ran the same play. Going to break another tackle, but can't get by the 2 other Jags. Number 2 flipping us for a loss of 1. We'll come out 2nd and 11 with a weak pistol look. 1 receiver either side. Will be a play action, no read option. Tannehill has some space. Gonna get away from one of the defenders and can't quite get away. Roll over, and he's in actually. Staying on top of the defender, rolling into the end zone. Tannehill with a rushing touchdown to tie this game up. And we'll jump on ahead here in the quicker sim. Knock away by Woolen. Be a sack by Omenahu. I feel like I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong. And Bernard back there. Where another sack. That's a better drive. I think I'm getting Omenahu right, but Woolen, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I should probably check that for next episode. 27 yards. There's Marquise Goodwin. He is a potential trade candidate. We will see. Again, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. You know the roster. Who should we trade? Who should we keep? Who should we bring in? 2nd and 10 here down at the, well, now inside the 10 at the 5. With Aaron Jones getting the catch. We'll get 5 more yards down to the goal line and into the end zone as we take a lead here. Now can we just hold on to one of these? Down 7 points, Andy Dalton throwing the ball away. 12 yards, DeAndre Swift. I feel like these teams are pretty similarly built. Terry McLaurin as our backup safety popped up with an injury there, and Omenahu with a penalty jumping offside. 17 yards, Calvin Ridley. Yeah, these teams definitely built very similarly. We have some better players than they do, but they also have some better ones than we do. Down inside the 15, 3rd and 2, first down gain. But then follow that up with a throwaway by Andy Dalton. Hunter Henry gets 3, 3rd and 7, touchdown to Terry McLaurin. They tied this thing back up. About a minute and a half left before halftime. Can we grab some points? Duvernay with 18. We just need to get in range for Justin Tucker, which shouldn't be too many more. I'd say like 20 more yards. 3rd and 10, we get 14. That'll put us close. Reception for 0 yards. Maybe try to set up the screen pass. Not sure. Throw away. 3rd and 10. We get 5. That should be field goal range. And indeed it is. He hits it. 56-yarder, putting us up 17-14 as we move through the remainder of the first half here. Throw away Andy Dalton. 30 seconds left. Another throwaway. 3rd and 10. They get 3, which means we should get the ball back. 12 seconds left. And the defense does their job keeping our lead through half. So we'll start the second half 17-14. Plus we have the ball. Tannehill sitting back in the pocket will go across the middle. There's going to be a catch. Duvernay once again. He had a big catch before half, or at least before the half ended. Just wasn't able to get into the end zone, so no points there, but a lot for the stat sheet. He's definitely our #1 receiver so far this year. Another strong pistol look here. 2 receivers up top for Tannehill. Be another play action pass. We'll dump this one off to the bottom. I'm assuming it for Swain. Don't know if that was dropped or if it was caught out of bounds. Either way, it's a 2nd and 10 with a weak pistol formation this time. Actually handed off to Jones and will maybe squeeze out about a yard. 8 rushes for 23 yards. With our offensive line, we should be running better. So I think a change of playbook in between episodes would go pretty far. So we'll make that adjustment and maybe a trade or 2 as we find Swain here, or Swain, my bad. We get us a first down to the 37. And I do have to say, Farley, for the Jaguars, he's been around the ball consistently. So there's some props to the other team. 1st and 10. Full house look here. Tannehill in the pocket. We'll throw towards the top. Gonna find Duvernay. But Duvernay is shaken up. Hopefully that's nothing big. Like I said, he's been our best receiver so far this year. A 2 running back set in shotgun. Hand this one off to Jones and it's gonna get met at the line. Nice tackle there from Shaquille Leonard. Still find it weird that he changed his name. I get why he changed his name, but just it's hard to get used to. 2nd and 11 here. Tannehill with a quick throw. Gonna find Josh Reynolds down to the 2. Bringing up 1st and goal. Only his 2nd catch of the day, 23 yards. Definitely don't have our #2 receiver. It's really Duvernay and then just a bunch of other guys. As we're going to find an easy touchdown here. Aaron Jones can walk in as we widen our lead. Yes, widen our lead 24-14. And if that score sounds familiar, it's because that's what it was in the last watched game before we ended up losing. So defense, really need you to hold on here. It's Terry McLaurin goes for 17. 3-yard loss to follow that up. I really wish it told us who got the tackle for loss. 3rd and 9, and Valdez-Scantling pops up with 22 yards to get him inside the red zone. Von Miller with another sack. I believe that's 3 or so on the season. Not performing as good as I thought he would be. And another 3rd and long conversion. Down to the 1, and touchdown for the fullback Ben Mason. Very similar to what we saw with the last game. Now 24-21, about 1.5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Continue the quick sim, 3rd and 4 as sacked by Osai. Yeah, pretty much exactly what happened the last watched game. Now if they go down and score a touchdown, then I know for sure it's just a copy-paste that Madden's doing. 3rd and 1, they throw it away. Do they go for it on 4th and 1? No, they do punt. So we have a chance, yet again, to try to widen our lead as we start the 4th quarter. Aaron Jones with the gain of 6 gives us a first down and a penalty on Caleb Farley pretty far downfield. I'm assuming DPI, but they have the ball. So no idea what happened. Most likely an interception. So that's great. 16 yards to Terry McLaurin. A penalty by Jordan Hicks puts him inside the red zone. Another penalty, this time on William Jackson. And 6 yards there. 2nd and 4, dropped pass. 3rd and 4. Touchdown to Calvin Ridley. Luckily, we have quite a lot of time still left in this game. We'll do some quicker sim on this drive, at least to see if we can get into plus territory. 3rd and 1, 6-yard rush. 1st and 10, 7 yards. Why are we running the ball a lot with Aaron Jones now? And we fumble. Like we're fumbling away this season by the looks of it. And then if we do finish, well, most likely, depending, that was very contradictory. Most likely what I'm thinking is we'll get through the remainder of this season next episode, as we are winless so far. And it's not looking like we're about to get a win here today, as they get a 1st down inside the red zone and another Terry McLaurin touchdown. So the Jaguars have flipped our 11-point lead in their favor. So a 22-point swing as Swaim gets 12. We already saw that play. 1st and 10, 8 yards there to Josh Reynolds. Throwaway brings up 3rd and 2. Another throwaway. We have to go for it here. We do. We convert. 8 yards Reynolds. Another 5 yards. We need some bigger chunk plays here, guys. At least we're getting the 1st downs now. Penalty on Lewis will move us closer. A sack by Walker with 20 seconds left. This game is all said and done. We'll see if we can tack on anything else here with the last play. No. So that is now 2 games which we had an 11-point lead about mid or later through the 3rd quarter, and we lost by 11 or so points. Really disappointing. But apparently we were just saving our good play here for the Las Vegas Raiders as we finally get our first win, 35-13. We'll take a look, see what we were able to do. Tannehill, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Justin Herbert, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Only 144 passing yards, but no sacks, or not sacked, and completed 80% of our passes. That was a good game. Also a good game here from Aaron Jones. 24 carries, 128 yards, average 5.3 yards a carry, and had a touchdown. Jeff Wilson also had a touchdown. In the receiving game, we spread the ball around. Duvernay, 3 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Turpin had 1 for 30. Aaron Jones had 3 catches, 26. Why are 2 running backs our 2nd and 3rd best receiver? Jeff Swaim, 3 catches, 24 yards, and a touchdown. 1 for Josh Reynolds and 1 for Jeff Wilson, which was also a touchdown. So running backs just took over this game. Seemed like it was just check down Charlie today. As we take a look over at the defense, I see some tackles for a loss, which is good. And quite a few sacks. 2 for Von Miller and 2 for Terrell Bernard. So the rookie seems to be playing pretty well. Charles Amenahu also had 1. And we had 2 interceptions, 1 for Donovan Wilson. I believe he had 1 earlier this season. And William Jackson III. And Justin Tucker, 5 for 5 on extra points. Did not attempt a field goal, which is fine because we didn't need it. But that still leaves us at an awkward spot. We are 1-5. We are 1.5 game back from the Jaguars because we lost to them. And then 2.5 games back from the Colts. We haven't played the Titans yet, but they're 5-1. And that's what we have to open up next episode. And we also have a potential breakout linebacker. I'm assuming it's the rookie, which would be fantastic. But I think changes need to be made. We have a lot of older guys we could try to move on from, see what younger guys we could bring in and try to build. Remember, we have a lot of draft picks as well, so those are eligible to be used as trade candy because we're not open to every single draftable prospect. So I think there were a handful of 1st to 2nd round guys, no top 5 and no pure round 1. So things to remember. Let me know in the comment section below. Moves you guys think we should make. Defense is looking rough. Offense is looking rough. The team in general is looking rough. I feel like it's very Longhorn football-esque of us coming in here with 80 overall across the board. Again, the highest I've started with any team. And to go 1-5. You know, every year we hear Texas is back. But every year they're not back. So maybe very reminiscent. Hopefully the second half of the season with some tweaks is much better. So make sure you guys subscribe and stick along as we try to see what this Texas only team can do. While you're also hitting the subscription button, make sure you tick the bell icon as well to be notified of when my videos go live. This series will be posted every Wednesday and Saturday, with my Commander's Replacement Squad series posted every Monday and Thursday. So check that one out if you haven't as well. And until next time, where we're going to need to see some better play. We'll see you guys later. Bye.
How it's supposed to feel.